So today's topic is what is a 3D virtual object. Today we're going to look at what a polygon is. There are lots of types of objects, polygons and NURBs, but we're going to keep it simple. What is a 3D polygon virtual object? And it sounds complicated, but it's a very important thing. And the reason it's very important is it's used in 3D printing, it's used in computer-aided design or CAD files for making devices for hip implants and cars and any type of engineering design. Like I mentioned, 3D printing is a big one. So it's good to understand just what is a 3D object and how does it work. Just try to give you some very basic background. So I'm using a program called Maya, created by Autodesk. And if you look, I'm rotating this around, and you're looking at a 3D cube. So what is this composed of? So just really breaking it down, I'm going to go into a wireframe mode. And when you see an object, a 3D object looking like this is called a wireframe mode. Wireframe means you can see the wires that connect the object to give it its shape. So let's go into the components and really talk about it. So a 3D object is three-dimensional and it has points. So I can click on a point. And these points in 3D polygon terminology are called vertices. So each of these points has a three-dimensional position. So when I click on this point, and then I click here, I can see it has an X, a Y, and a Z in space. And these, it says 0, 0, 0 here, but in reality, each of these points has its own position in space that it's obviously not the same position, and these points are connected together. So when I take this point, this vertex, and then I connect it to this vertex, this is called an edge. So just what it looks like, it's an edge, a connection between two vertices. And then if I have this one side or face of this cube. So if I connect it 1, 2, 3, 4, that is called a face. And you need to have at least one face to create a three-dimensional object. I can actually delete all these faces like that. And this is also a polygon object, although it's not a cube, and it looks like it's a two-dimensional object. It's a plane. It's still a 3D object because you have 1, 2, 3, 4 vertices that are connected by edges, and they make a face. I can even get rid of one of these vertices, and this is the most simple three-dimensional object or polygon you can have. A point can also be a three-dimensional object because it's in a three-dimensional space. It has an X position, a Y position, and a Z position. But just this one polygon here, because it has 3 edges, this is the simplest three-dimensional polygon object that you can have. If I get rid of one or more of these vertices, you see it won't let me do it because I'm going to make it into a line, and this is not a line, this is a polygon object, and you can't have just a 2-point polygon object. It has to have at least one triangle, a 3-point triangle. So that is really the basics of what a 3D object is. I haven't really heard or seen the explanation in 3D, and so I thought this tutorial might be useful to people who really want to learn about that. Thanks.